Hello everyone, so I have promised to make a little small video on tips on Scotland. First tip, our adorable friend, Catalan friend, she always says I'm Catalan, from Barcelona, that was there with us. She made like a tour guide with specific information on the points that we were going to visit. Of course, we did a lot of research before traveling, and now traveling with big books, it's kind of heavy with the restrictions in low-cost airlines and things like that, so it was perfect. It was very thin and we knew the places we wanted to visit. We really did research before, so we didn't have time to say, okay, let's just find something different in this book of Scotland. No, we knew where we wanted to go. We had a week. We flew into Edinburgh. We didn't stay there. We left straight away to the west coast towards Eilean Dunnottar Castle, which is actually the castle that was also the set for the Highlander, the epic film on one of the epic films on Scotland, the Highlander with Christopher Lambert. And it's a very beautiful castle. From there, we left towards the hotel where we were going to sleep, and we did like the country roads of the Highlands, if you will, and it's the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen in my life. We've seen the rainbow twice, we've seen deers, sheep just walking around in the middle of the road. Of course, there were not fast roads, but just really country roads. A lot of birds, sun, clouds, rain, everything, and the mountains and the lakes over there and the green. I mean, it was so beautiful. At times you would think you were in a tropical country. Really, the Highlands was the, let's say, the high point of our trip. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Before I forget, the other high point is the Scottish people. How adorable are you? Nice, smiley, even though they have such a difficult weather because it is not warm even in August. I mean, we went there and we were all covered, but they have the sun in their eyes and in their smile, and I just couldn't say enough good things about them. So after doing these country roads, we drove towards Inverness, which is the ex-capital of the Highlands, and I have to say we just had 2 nights in Inverness. But it's quite small, so maybe you can dedicate a little bit less time. But what we did was kind of strategic. Inverness was close to Loch Ness, which we went to visit towards the side where Urquhart Castle is, because Loch Ness is huge. So it depends on where you approach it. We went there because the scenery was nicer with this ruined castle called Urquhart. I'll put the names, huh? And it was beautiful. Of course, you hear so much about Loch Ness, you're like, wow, where's the monster and all that? I mean, it's very touristic, but still that piece with the castle and the Loch Ness on the background is very nice. The following day, so again, we slept in Inverness. The following day, we went to visit a distillery. So I just have here, just to illustrate the mini whiskies. We didn't go to Jura, we went actually to Dalmore, which is by the same group of owners. The Dalmore is very beautiful. It's a distillery that faces this big loch as well, one of the salty lochs they have. And even if you don't like whiskey, it's such an embedded part of their culture. It's so nice to find out about it. I would definitely go. And one little tip I would give, and it's not mine, I've seen many videos on how to taste whiskey and things like that, and one of the main master blenders of Scotland suggests to drink coffee and have at least 70% cocoa butter chocolate, because this will help you in the mouth bring out the tastes and the hints of the whiskey, which is so full of alcohol. If you don't have these little helpers, maybe you just feel the alcohol when you do the tasting, but once you get the chocolate in, it'll help you feel the other kind of hints of honey, cherry, fruit, dry fruit, or nuts. I mean, there are many, depending on the whiskey, many different flavors you can feel it, but having with a chocolate first, a little piece of chocolate, and then doing the tasting is the best. I also advise you to look at some videos on how to actually do the tasting, because they don't teach you at the distillery tour. So when you do the tasting, you're just there like this, and You know, they even say, why do you drink it so fast? I mean, you shouldn't swallow it too fast. They sleep in the casks for 10, 12 years. You shouldn't swallow it in seconds. You cannot even feel it and bring out all the flavors. So they say, please treat it with respect. It's a very nice thing. Check it out. So after that, the Highlands, we went towards the east coast. We slept in Aberdeen, which is a city I knew was very industrial. It's the oil and gas capital of Scotland. And we didn't hear that many nice things about it, but I have to say it is very nice. And we slept there, and downtown, you just see it's a city with a lot of money. So nice buildings, it's beautiful, it has the lights up in the evening. So I would dedicate even a day or an afternoon to see the city. It's quite big, and we had a nice time. We went there in the evening just to sleep, but still it was nice. And we drove then the following day to another castle, Dunnottar Castle. Dunnottar Castle is beautiful. It's just on the top of this mountain in front of the ocean, and you have all this coast of Scotland with this ocean very moving, with the seagulls just flying around, and it's a beautiful, beautiful scenery. Again, breathtaking, amazing. We drove from there to the Fife region, where it starts around with St. Andrews, which is also the golf capital of the world. For who loves golf, that's a beautiful place for sure to go. And of course, golf is a Scottish national pride, and they have these golf fields by the ocean. Beautiful, just beautiful. So of course, whoever loves golf already knows that probably, but it was amazing to see. And St. Andrews also has a nice university, very nice shops, restaurants, and so we had a good time. We didn't sleep there because we wanted to do all the little fishermen villages. We went to some Monans, to Anstruther, and there's another one that I don't remember, but I'll put in the info bar below all the cities where we visited. The last one was Dunfermline, where they have an abbey, Dunfermline Abbey, where they have the rests of King Bruce, the famous king of Scotland, one of the most known in history of Scotland for trying to fight for Scottish independence and things like that. And it's a nice abbey, very beautiful. It's a cute little small town. And once you cross the bridge, you go towards Edinburgh. We had 2 days only. It's a big city, so we could have spent maybe more, one full day, let's say. We had 2 nights there. So I'd say 2 full days at least is necessary for Edinburgh. We went in August, so around this time of the year, it's full of festivals. There's the Fringe Festival, there's the Edinburgh Tattoo. Every evening in the castle, Edinburgh Castle, they have this huge show with fireworks in the end, where they play, hundreds of military guys play the pipe, the typical Scottish thing, if you will. They also dance, and they have all these artists, different artists, and it's all over the place, art and playing live music on the streets and things like that. So very nice. In terms of food, I eat a lot of seafood. I've noticed that Scottish, even though they fish a lot, they don't eat a lot of fish. It's hard to find places. We went in Edinburgh to this place, which is also a chain called Loch, and there you can find nice shellfish, very good. Apart from that, they eat the famous haggis, which is kind of looks like a sausage, but I don't know, I don't eat meat, so I cannot really tell you what it is all about, but it's very typical. And of course, they eat hamburgers, they eat in pubs, so there's a little bit of that thing, fish and chips, but after a while, if I ate a lot of fried stuff, I don't feel so good. So this was a nice restaurant. If you look around, you actually can find different types of foods. And of course, one of the national products as well is the salmon. Try salmon in Scotland. It's very, very good. A lot of the salmon we eat in Europe comes from Scotland, so what better place to try it than there. So that's pretty much some of my tips. Please ask questions if you have. I will try to add some pictures in this film, but I'm very, very bad at editing, so maybe I will not be able to. I will try. In the worst case scenario, just ask me questions and I will be glad to answer them. Many hugs and kisses from Eilean, and see you soon. Bye.